All right guys, what's up? It's Hayes Mobile Auto Repair, Jax, Mississippi today. We got a 2011 Malibu. He was telling me that he was driving, he was coming to a stop sign, the vehicle just shut down. It never would crank again. The starter wouldn't engage anymore. He said he had someone come over here and he said there was a timing chain. It's not the timing chain. Hey man, it's your timing chain. It's hardly ever a timing chain, guys. When people in the streets tell you it's a timing chain, it's rarely a timing chain. Rarely. I mean, I'm putting it at the 90 percentile when someone, your neighbor, your mechanic friend, blah, 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 says it's a timing chain. Yeah, it's probably not. We verified that already. It started up for a split second and died, so we know it ain't the chain. And the cadence sounded good, so I'm pretty sure that it's not a chain. So what we got going on here is we're checking the starting system, and that's gonna lead me to my problem. For one, the check engine light is not coming on. Let's go ahead and crank this thing over a little bit. I'm just gonna touch the little start wire on the starter. All right, so that's proof it's not a starter issue. Although, we are gonna look at the starting diagram right now. I already had it pulled up because I already know where I'm going. I already saw this car the other day, and I was gonna roll a computer, but I started thinking about it. And I said, no, man, you know, there's some other things I could have checked. So we're just gonna start all over. I'm gonna show you what I did. And hopefully we can get this thing running today, or it is in fact an engine computer. So we're going to be checking powertrain relays, starter relays, fuses, which I didn't do. I could have checked more fuses, so we're going to do that today. All right guys, let's get to it. Let's have some fun, let's make some money. Let's get it. All right, now that we got that starter out of the way, we know it's not the starter. Let's go in the car and let's just see what we see, you know? Let's get some information. All right, dash lights are on. Check engine light is blackened out. You can't see it on camera, I'm sure, but it is blackened out. But I should be able to see some kind of glow, and I don't see a glow. That's so dirty, by the way. Why people do that kind of stuff just to sell a car. So I'm cycling the key a couple times, trying to generate a code. The computer was pulled out of the vehicle when I got here, so I just plugged it back in. So everything should be nice fresh codes. Cycle it one more time, keep the key in the on position. And you know, I didn't hear any cycling or anything. No throttle body click in. I didn't hear a fuel pump kick on or anything. So, you know, I could go straight to the starting circuit and lead my way back. I'm sure all roads will lead to the original problem, why it stopped running. And we still might do that, but I think I'm gonna focus on powertrain control, powertrain relay first, since I'm not hearing any clicking going on. You know, no throttle body actuating or anything. So I didn't do this yesterday, but I'm gonna start with the powertrain control module. I mean, the powertrain control relay first on this one. I'm sorry, let's just go ahead and continue what we were doing. Going to the starting circuit first. Fuse 26 is going to be right there, that 30 amp fuse. That is good. I checked it yesterday. You're going to have to trust me on that. Fuse 26 is good. I can start the vehicle on the other side of the relay. It's going to be pin 87. Starter relay is going to be right here, guys. And pin 87 is going to be the back one on the corner, back on the left corner. All right, what I'm doing now, how I'm going to hook this up. I got just this pin on this cable, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in that back pin, the one on the left. Okay. I'm gonna put the other end of that cable on my power probe, and I have the wrong connector. 1 second. All right, change of plan. So I'm gonna put this pin, so it's connected to my power probe right there. I just wanna, you can do any, you can use it, you can do it any kind of way, but. So you see I got a tone on my power probe. So I'm able to start the vehicle. And that's a ground tone right there. That's when you know you got a ground. I'm gonna touch it on battery negative. 0.01, put it on the engine. 0.01. Yeah, so that's a ground. Put it on the body if you want. You know, it's a ground is the whole point. All right, so now we can start it. Let's go to another section. All right. So we know the fuse 30 is good. We know the wire down here from the starter is good. The starter does crank. So now let's go to the control side. And 85 and 86 are the control side. So let's 85 and 86. And that's going to be, if you look on the bottom of the relay, 85 and 86. So it's going to be, okay, 85 and 86 are going to be the other side. It's going to be the other side. 85 is going to be top, this side over here, the first one, and that's going to be 85, and it's going to be diagonal. So yeah, 85 and 86. Make sure of that. 85 and 86. You guys see it? So I'll move it like this. I can't see shit. So yeah, so it's going to be 85 and 86 diagonally across and down. All right, so that's where we're at. So let's see if we got a ground on the computer side, and that's going to be 86. 86, and that's going to be on the bottom, I believe. Let's look at it again. Sorry guys. 86. 85 is on the bottom. One of these are going to have a ground. There's no ground there. I just clicked that. I did that. Huh. That's the AC compressor that just clicked. That was the AC compressor that just engaged. I'm trying to see if I have a... All right, now I have, it has a ground, 0.02. .02. Okay, so 86. Okay, so yeah, that was 86. It has a ground. So the computer Alright, so now the computer side, so we must have been touching 86. I'm going to verify that real quick. I got you on here. 86. Did we do 86? Yeah, we did 86. The relay was in like that. So that was 86 on the top side to the right. 85 is on the bottom. So 85 is going to be the computer side. So we go on down, let's follow that purple wire. It goes right into the engine control module right there. So we should have voltage there with the key in the on position. So let's go ahead and set it up again. This is basically what I did the other day. I'm going to go ahead and put it on 85 now. I'm just going to lay it in the hole. And I'm going to turn the key on and you should hear a tone. Alright, the key is actually on already. The key was actually on. Yeah, the AC engaged. So, get over here real quick. And I have 2.1. I got 2.4 volts coming out of that. 2.4 volts. I don't like that. That should be a 12 volt. That should be 12 volts. So, all right, so let's stop there on that one right there. We know what we got. We got 2 volts on the computer side of that circuit. The 12 volts that should be coming out from the computer and going straight to the relay. All right, so I'm thinking about the Powertrain relay right now. So let's get on back on schematic. Let's pull codes. How about that first, guys? Let's pull some codes. We should have done that already. Let me show you what I seen. And I'm already hooked up, so let's go ahead and pull. Sorry, I'm trying to do things exactly or pretty close to what I did the other day. And I'm not doing a very good job at that. Well, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. But we're slipping a little bit. So this is a Chevrolet. And no, I don't want the update right now. Thank you very much. Man, that's like $1,000 a month, man, to get an update. I mean, a year, $999.99 a year. It's ridiculous. And you got to keep your stuff updated. If you don't keep your stuff updated, they talk about something like, this is Matco. They talk like something like you didn't get your subscription. It wasn't, what did they say? It wasn't current. So, you know, even though my scan tool was broken, when it was under subscription, I let it lapse subscription, so now they wouldn't cover my repair. It's crazy. It's crazy. They got me. They got me. I wasn't going to pay because I went straight up to the top, straight up to the company itself, and we agreed, which I didn't want to, but I need my scan tool back, so we agreed to half of the cost. They wanted like $900 to fix my screen that they never worked in the first damn place. 2 weeks after I got my damn scan tool back, it was already acting up. But yeah, you know, I lapsed my subscription, so they didn't want to pay for it. It wasn't free. It wasn't free. All right, guys, let's get into this ECM. I'll leave Matco alone. I like that guy. I just didn't like that situation. Read fault codes. I got a bunch of throttle body codes last time. And I'm probably going to have a, there it is right there, guys. Got a transmission control module requested malfunction. We got a throttle position, closed, starter relay. I just had the relay out, so that's why that code's up. So let's go to the transmission. We'll go to the transmission and see what it says. See, we're just looking for clues right now. We're just looking for clues. Lost communication with the engine computer, guys. Lost communication. Why did we lose communication? I kind of like been digging in it already, guys, so we haven't got it running yet. Turn the key off. Check engine light is on this side over here. It's painted, but I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, I mean, see on a flashlight. All right, thanks. And you can see where they painted it. I don't know if you can see it with this glare on it, but yeah, they painted the damn check engine light. That's so dirty. But with the right light, it's not coming on. My 5-volt reference is good at my throttle body. We had a bunch of throttle body codes come up. It had something like throttle body needed to be relearned, and throttle body performance code, and a couple other throttle body codes, and a reduced engine power. So as I was tracing back the starting circuit, starting from the relay, I noticed I wasn't getting 12 volts coming out of that starter relay. There should be 2 hots coming out of that relay. I only got 1. I only got 1 coming out of the starter relay. Starter relay is going to be that one right there, right here. Let me show you what I got so far. I got 110 volts. I should have 2 hots. I got a ground, got another ground, and I got nothing, 0.02. Anyways, this purple and white wire down there that you see right here, I couldn't find the pinout on all data for some reason, so I found 2 purple and white wires. One of them had a weird reading, 0.56, and the other one there was nothing coming out of that one. So, and that's supposed to send voltage to that relay. That's the missing 10 volts that we're missing, and it's not sending it. And so we're gonna go ahead and pop another computer in there, since I didn't get any voltage coming out of that pin with the key in the on position, and we'll go from there. Got it. Damn. All right, I'm sorry guys. I know y'all won't look at my face. I'll let you see the dog. So, all right, we're going to powertrain management. We're going to powertrain management. And we're gonna go to schematics on there. It powers up the injectors, fuse 44, 6, and 43. So let's check and see if we got voltage there eventually. We'll check that eventually. Let's give me a second. Let's go to the powertrain relay, and there it is right there, guys. Powertrain relay. Damn, this glare so bad. Powertrain relay. So we got fuse, ECM fuse 13. We'll check 13. We'll check 2. 13 and 2. Let's find 13 and 2. All right, 13 and 2, guys. 2 is going to be right here. That's good. When you hear that tone, that means I have voltage. 12.65, both sides of the fuse. And this is fuse 13 right here. Right there, 1 1. All right, 12.64. All right, so that's good. Let's check. Let's just see if that thing clicks when you turn the key on. Oh, it says the powertrain relay is going to be number 33, and that's going to be this one right here. Let's check our voltages out of that. We should have two 12-volt feeds coming out of this relay. There's one, and there's two. There's a ground, and there's a ground. All right, it clicked. How many times did you do that? Twice? You did? Do it one more time? All the way off? Turn it on? Turn it off 5 seconds. I felt it that time. Is it off or on? It's on? It's off? Turn it on? Okay, I felt it. I felt it. It's good. All right, thanks, man. Leave it on, that's fine. Thank you. All right, what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and check injector voltage. Is what I want to do now, because that powertrain relay is what powers up the injectors, right? Right. And I have 12.65 volts on that. So yeah, the powertrain relay is doing its job. So shut that noise off, and we can check. Let me think about this a second. All right, it just started up. I don't know if you guys forgot that on video, but it just started up for like a second and died, and now it won't do it again. So it did that yesterday as well. One time it did that. So nothing there. Let's see if we got any other codes generated. And we have throttle body codes 119, 2101, and 1516. And we got a 1516 code. Now I've seen that before where I'm getting just throttle body codes. I think it was a Dodge, and it was all throttle body codes, and it ended up being a bad computer. It was actually a computer that didn't belong in that truck, and I had all throttle body codes. I'm just throwing that out there. It doesn't mean anything right now, but that's all I'm getting. So let's look on. 2.44. Try to crank it. Nothing, right? You notice the check engine light's not on? You know what the check engine light is for, right? Oh, well, it could be, but a check engine light is like your power light on your DVD player, your VHS, your phone. That's, yes, it tells you my computer's powered up. So whenever you don't see a check engine light, what I think about is I say, man, I need to look in. It's possible I'm not going to have it'll be a no-com, or I got a bad computer, a power and ground are off, so it's going to be computer related. It means the computer's off. It ain't going to do shit most of the time. Now, I've seen cars without check engine light. The bulb might be blown. It still runs and everything is fine. It's possible. But a lot of times, like this thing right here we're doing, it's always that possibility it could be a computer. So it's possible. Or a power and ground not right. So what I want to do now, since I'm talking all that shit, I want to go, I want to check my powers and grounds on my PCM. And we can actually check it from here too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You could check it from there. We should check it from there.
Yes.
Because the wire may be broke from here to there, right?
Right.
All right, so we got to find the pinout of that. And I already know it is going to be number 26. Shut this off. Man, I have lost communication with the ECM. Oh, hold out here. It'd be nice if I plugged it in all the way. Now it might work. Read fault codes. Everything's going to be fresh. Brand new codes. We just disconnected the computer. Yeah, let me just see if I can see something funny. Ignition 1 signal is 12 volts. That's what I love about the data stream. Sometimes you get some good data PIDs and you can actually find stuff. There's our ignition voltage we were looking for. We didn't have to pin it. We just go onto our scan tool and find it, and find that ignition voltage.
Do you ever find like times whenever let's say you get like module failure, will you just see the summer in static, like right now, arc neutral?
Mm-hmm.
You're reading from the PCM, right?
I am reading from the PCM.
So it should show that changes whenever it goes into here, right? Even if the car's not
It
on,
should.
it should.
Let's see.
Let's see.
No. Well, yeah, it says it's in gear. It says in gear. It says park neutral, yes. All right, I checked pin 2. It says the ETC. And fuse 13. That's the ECM fuse. I checked those already. Check them again. Here's pin 2. 12 volts, pin 13. I'm good. 44 goes to the injectors, so I should be powered up right now. And I got 2.95 volts out of the injector, so it's not sending all the volts. That's the same reading we had on the starter.
Yeah.
On the starter relay. Just more clues. You want to cycle that key for me one time to see what it does? Yep.
It should spike. If it was working right,
It should be. It should jump up there, but it's not.
Just barely.
No, it didn't do shit.
Not really. Okay.
All right, man. We're gonna get another computer for you. I'm satisfied for right now. Hopefully, I'm correct.
I'll tell you what. You made a great video today. I know that.
All right. Well, I hope it turns out all right. We're gonna get part 2 when we get here with the new computer. Monday, right?
Yeah, it'll be Monday.
Monday's my day off, but
That's fine.
I'm still gonna come over. I'm still gonna come over. All right. All right, guys.
I'll take your time.
All right, now I'm gonna get you on Monday. All right, guys, that's it. We'll see you on part 2. We're out. Peace. All right, let's try to crank it over. We just programmed the key. Crank it. See if it'll crank. All right, good. At least we got it to crank again. There ain't nothing in here. Parts cleaner. I don't have any more. I'm done with it. All right, so we got another issue. I don't know. This is what I found, guys, when I took the throttle body off. It said engine forced off, shutdown, reduced engine power. So let me plug that up. We'll go back on scan tool. I think it's nasty too, and you can clean that. Get on scan tool and see what we got going on now. Took that rubber out of it. It would say engine force shutdown. Where's that? Right here? Yeah, right here. Forced engine shutdown, and it was yes. I pulled it out. Now it says no. So I'm suspecting this car is going to start now. doing better than it was. Definitely doing better than it was. Let me check everything, make sure I got everything plugged up. Let me check everything, make sure everything is plugged up and fuel pump's coming on. And yeah, go ahead and start it up. If it'll start. Hell, it's better. All right, guys. Let's let it run for a little bit. All right, we still got some things to do, I'm sure. It just died, but at least it starts up now. And I'll keep you updated. I'll keep you updated. We gotta get this is all jacked up, so we don't have the seal on there either, which is gonna cause problems. So let's see what I can fucking work some magic on that. All right, it looks like we had some injector fuses, injector circuit malfunctions. So it's gonna be, this fuse was blown. So I'm gonna put this fuse in here. I thought I wasn't getting fuel like the fuel pump. Put that fuse in there, right there. All right, my brother, let's start it up. Oh, there you are.
Try to crank it up.
Start it up, it should stay running. All right, guys, so got a new fuse in there. I had this relay pulled out. That's why it wasn't getting 12 volts. What relay is that? That is going to be 33. It's going to be the Powertrain. Yeah, that's the Powertrain relay. No wonder it didn't have any voltage. All right, so now we got voltage. The car's running. I'm doing a crankshaft learn right now. We shouldn't have any more problems out of this car. Says condition not satisfied on the learn. So let's try that again. Try crankshaft learn. Accelerate to wide open throttle. Guys, and that would be the end of the video. We may or may not have needed a new computer on this thing. It was just like $100, so I'm just not going to worry about that. It was doing different things though. It was doing different things like starting and cranking on its own at the time, but I don't freaking know if we need a new computer or not, to be honest with you. But I know that piece of rubber stuck in that throttle body was definitely shutting down the engine. If that apparently if that throttle is stuck opened, the computer knows it's stuck open and it's shutting down the motor. It's shutting down the motor. And we changed a couple fuses, and that's it, guys. Today's Mobile Auto Repair. See you next time. I'm out. Peace. And AC Wacy. Look at the camera, man. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm a little upset too, guys. I didn't get into that. I should have gotten, you know, since throttle body codes are the only thing I'm getting. I was damn near sold on it. I should have checked it. I should have pulled that thing off. But who would ever think that, man, a piece of rubber sucked into my throttle body? I wasn't there. And honestly, I didn't know a throttle body could shut down engine operation. It makes sense after when you think about it. I said, man, you don't want the car to just keep on driving and slam into another vehicle or a tree or whatever. And it's wide open throttle. That's why it shut it down, because the driver's not going to be able to control it, I'm guessing, right? So let's shut it down before he hits somebody. Shut off the engine. And I'm a little upset, but you know what? My labor wasn't, you know, it wasn't really high, so I'll just take a little bit off my labor, and he's got a new computer now. Can throw the other one in the trunk, and it's raining. I had to go do some valve covers in Brandon, and I'm not going to be able to make it. So I'm gonna call her up, But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed that crazy video. You know, look at what did you take out of this? You know how to check fuses, you know how to check some relays. This video is kind of sucky, to be honest with you. I might not even post it. No, I'm gonna post it because it was crazy to me. I learned something today. If you got a throttle body code, man, fucking take off the damn breathe the air cleaner or the tube and inspect the damn thing. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first damn place. Stupid. Just stupid. It's a little embarrassing too, so. I'm just reviewing my mistakes right now, guys, with you. So, throttle position, close position, performance. See, man, guys, I should have took off that cover and inspected that throttle body. When I seen reduced engine power, which was another clue, guys. You see reduced engine power, what do we do? We over there, we check the wires at the throttle body harness. We check the wiring for, you know, shorts to grounds or broken wires or something like that, right? That's what I did. Harness looked actually pretty good. But I did not take that cover off. Huge freaking mistake. And clues right in my face. Reduced engine power. Should have took it off anyways. You know, that's what codes do anyways. They don't tell you what the problem is. They just say, hey, that's where you start looking. It doesn't, just because you got an oxygen sensor code doesn't mean you just pop in new oxygen sensors, right, guys? It doesn't mean that. It means that's where you start looking. You get your fuel trims, you look around the motor for vacuum leaks or whatever, you know, dumping in too much fuel. You look at your scan data. You know, whatever procedure you use to find out why oxygen sensors are lighting up the dash. Check engine light I'm talking about. What else did I see? Well, I see a bunch of device 1 power code, short to ground. What else did I see? Let's just go up to power circuit. You know, I wasn't getting any voltage out of that. That starter relay. I wasn't getting any voltage out of that starter relay, and I automatically condemned the computer. That was my fault right there. Well, that was the point of no return as far as me diagnosing that vehicle. I didn't get no power out of that thing. I wasn't thinking the computer shut itself down, and that's why I wasn't getting power out of that starter relay, because the computer shut off. It ain't gonna let you start or crank. But one thing, after I got that new computer on, it did crank by itself most of the time. And when it didn't want to crank on its own, all I did was erase the codes, and it started cranking again. Close position, performance. Damn. You know what? I will never make this mistake again. That's a new one for me, because I've never seen that happen. You know what the funny thing about that whole thing is, guys? You know what the crazy thing about that? I was just watching videos, because I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Is I was watching a throttle body. It was a short. I think it was a short, and I remember seeing that. It was just the other day. And I seen the rubber jump into that throttle body. It was a Malibu. I might have been researching this Malibu or something, but that's not the reason why I took off that cover, guys, to make me look even worse. That's not why I took off that. I took off that cover, which, you know, was tied in there, you know, that little screw, and, you know, it wasn't the super easy to remove, but, you know, it's easy enough. I took it off because I wanted to see the wiring harness around there. I wanted to look around better. Not to look around better in the throttle body. So I don't care. You guys learned something with me today. That will never happen to me again. I'll tell you that. That will never happen to me again. I'm even going to get better. I don't know how that's possible. At looking at my codes better. Well, I do that all the time. That's why this one is getting on me right now. I didn't take off the damn cover, guys. I didn't take off the cover. It's the only codes I had was throttle body codes. I didn't take off that cover. I didn't take it off. And you know what? I didn't know that. I didn't know the stuck throttle body would shut down. The engine would go into reduced engine power and shut everything down, disable the engine. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know it was going to disable the starting system, the starter, disable the starter. And that's the only reason that when I went in there and turned that key and it started wanting to crank when I first plugged up the computer, and it won't act like it wanted to crank, and then the second time around or the third time around it would be dead, just like we started, just like it was when we first started videoing. All right, it would shut down the starting system too. Reduced engine power, shut down the starting system too, because you got to know that throttle is enough open to probably get 2,000-3,000 RPMs. If it just started and you pop it into drive and it goes, roar, you know, you're going 3,000. So it makes sense to shut off the starter circuit too. It makes sense. It's logical. Man, I swear. Well, we're sitting at Waffle House right now. I'm gonna go grab us something to eat, and I'm gonna head on back to Brandon. I'll see you next time, guys. Leave a comment, man. Like and subscribe. We'll talk to you next time. Peace. That's probably one of the most embarrassing jobs I think I've ever done. It's in the top 3 for sure. Man, why didn't I just take the damn cover off in the beginning? It would have been a 30-minute job. It would have been a 30-minute job. So, oh man, at least it's not a timing chain. At least it's not a timing chain. This is not a timing chain. Yeah, I'm gonna rip that bad boy down and put a timing chain in that thing. It's only gonna cost you $1,700. I've seen it a lot. I've seen it a lot. People putting on chains that don't even need a chain. I'm telling you, it's a 90 percentile. I'm just trying to get it off of me a little bit. But damn, I'm an idiot. It just shut down the engine computer. Lost voltage out of the PCM when I was checking. See if it's sending 12 volts. See if it's sending 12 volts out of that starter circuit. And it wasn't sending 12 volts. You guys saw it. It wasn't sending 12 volts. It's a computer, man. No, it's not a computer at all. The damn throttle body just shut off the computer. That's why you're not getting the right voltages. And the relay's not working correctly. Why didn't I just take off the throttle body cover? I've never done that before. I have never not taken off the throttle body cover when I got a throttle body cover, ever. All right, guys, it is what it is. Like and subscribe, leave a comment below. I'm gonna grab me something to eat. Peace, y'all.